What's going on, man? How you doing?
What up? What up? What up? We
How
here.
you doing, man? I'm sorry. I'm for some reason it didn't mind the link didn't pop up for me, so I'm trying to share it.
It's all good.
Yeah, we in here though. How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I can't complain, bro. I cannot complain at all, man. It's been a good Friday. I mean, shit. Never mind. It's been a good Monday.
I think you're all off just like I am. I'm gonna blame it on
Bro,
the spring. It's just that weird time of year where I don't know what day it is. You know what I mean?
it's just yeah. I think so. Last week it was crazy busy, and I legit think I went through like Friday like 3 times last week. Um, and so now to kick off this week, I'm like, what's today? What is today's date? But we're here, man. We're here. It's no, you know, we're here.
I hear you, man. Like, yeah, I think all last week my days were just off. I don't know what it is, but now knowing that the time change is about to happen next week, I'm
Oh, that
all
happens next week.
yeah, it happens March 12th. I think that's this coming up
All
week.
right. So tell me what I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to go forward or backwards?
You
What's happening?
spring forward. So we're going ahead an hour.
So
So
that means
what was 6 is now 7 after Sunday.
do I lose sleep a day? Tell me more.
I think you lose sleep. I think it
So
is one of the ones where it's like, I thought it was 6 o'clock, but now it's 7 o'clock. I gotta get up, or I thought it was 7, but now it's 8. You know what I mean? So it's one of the ones that like sucks because you're gonna hit 2 o'clock in the morning and it's gonna automatically turn into 3 o'clock.
can I just say that I hate this? Like I don't
Why
think
are we
other
doing
countries have savings time, right?
why do we keep
I think
doing
it's
this?
just an us
Bro?
thing.
You think it's an us thing?
I think
That'd
it's
be
an us
interesting. I
because
wonder,
it's
are there
artificial.
other countries?
It's not a real thing,
It's an arbitrary kind of farmers thing, right? They used to
right?
do it for farming. I
And
don't
so
know.
since this isn't a real thing, can we just get rid of it?
I mean, I feel like Georgia's already voted against this to stop doing this, but here we are, 6 months
Well,
in.
at this point in our life, I don't necessarily see the value of daylight savings time.
Yeah, it just throws my internal clock off. I just want 4 o'clock to be 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock to be 5 o'clock.
Like we can make an argument for cursive still being taught in schools, teaching people how to read an analog clock. We can make arguments for all of these things. I dare someone to make an argument for me around the relevance of daylight savings time.
I mean,
I don't think you can.
similarly, you brought up cursive, and I honestly don't see a point in teaching kids cursive anymore. I'm of that camp that I just don't get it. Why are we
So
doing this? Why would
I
we
think
teach
again,
a kid letters and then teach them cursive letters, right? I just don't get it.
okay,
It's
so I
like
think
teaching kids
again,
calligraphy. Why would you do that?
we can make
Why?
the argument that it's relevant, right? Somebody can make the argument that it's relevant. Somebody's going to say, "Hey, kids need to learn how to sign their name so they can sign checks and
Stop
sign legal
having people
documents."
sign checks. It's
Again,
2023. Who signed? Why you
I'm
gotta
just
sign checks
here to
in
say,
2023?
I'm just here to say we can make the argument that those things need to be taught. I
I
am
guess.
saying we can't make the argument that daylight savings time is something good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
For sure.
it's good one way or another. It's an art. Oh no, I just saw that. Keish, art. It's art. It's like like I said, it's like calligraphy, right? Why would you do this unless you're going to be a tattoo artist or you find that fun to do, like calligraphy on like letters or stuff like that? I just don't get it. I don't understand. Why must we teach kids cursive in 2023? Can we not use like a thumbprint or something? Is that like an easier way to do it?
Okay,
I just
so I didn't know you had such strong feelings. Like I like it's like Carrie is dying on Again, this is not one of the combos we discussed in pre-show.
It is. It is. But you brought it up. You brought it up, and like, hey, I don't know,
Danielle, if you're watching, can you please provide me a list of Carrie's hot button topics so I know to swerve around them like the hump in the J in cursive?
I'm sorry. Maybe it's just the time of year or the weeks that just won't end, right? But cursive is an enemy of the state. I just don't understand why we do this. Why do we convince ourselves that this is a necessity for kids to grow up learning in 2023?
I think Xavier has learned the basics of cursive. I don't think it was as intensive as what you and I went through in school as it relates to cursive. So I think that he still learned it at some capacity, but it was minor. It maybe just learning how to draw all your letters as opposed to how we had to damn near write a whole we had to write whole paragraphs and pages in cursive writing. So
I just don't get it. That's all I'm saying. I just don't get it. Like here's an E. Here's a cursive E, right? And I just don't get it. It's like, why? Why are we doing this? Why are you confusing the kids all for the sake of one signature, right?
At some point tonight, I will, probably not during the show, but while I struggle to fall asleep like I do at night, I will find the history of cursive and why we use it.
I bet you it's steeped in some type of racist history because it just seems like it would be, right? Like it seems like cursive has something to do with racial tensions from slavery. I have no idea of this. It just seems offensive to me that I should have to learn cursive. And essentially what you're going to do is when you start working on your little signature for like things, you're going to skip all that anyway and just come up with like what looks cool, right?
I mean, my signature is literally me signing my name 100 million times until I found something that I thought was really cool looking. So, but I will say my signatures, the basis of it is cursive, but
the foundational script,
the foundational structure of my signature is cursive.
Or you could just do a thumbprint and just move on. Like, hey, it's secure. No one has my thumbprint. Maybe. I don't know.
Sure.
Who knows anymore? The whole world is crazy. Anyway, that's not what we came here to talk about. So
Carrie's opening rant is brought to you today by the cursive letter R.
Why is it so complicated? Do you remember the cursive Z? Do you remember the cursive Z? Like the cursive Z looks nothing like the letter Z, I feel like.
Is that the one that
it's got like a hook, some loops or something? It's like, what?
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I don't know. If you asked me, how do we've gone 10 minutes on this random rant.
You brought it up. You brought it up. Talking about daylight savings.
Danielle, please send me a list of Carrie's hot button topics so that we do not spend 11 minutes talking about cursive handwriting in the future.
That's it. That's the note.
Hey man, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking some Moscato. That's what I'm drinking.
Okay.
What about you?
Is there a reason? Is there a reason why we're drinking? Like, is it the closest thing you had, or what's up?
I just felt like a Moscato day.
Okay.
Honestly. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been doing water. I've been hydrating well throughout the last month. Yeah, I just turned to a bottle of Moscato and said, let's get it today.
So
what about you?
You just had a bottle of Moscato in the fridge ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Properly chilled?
Properly chilled.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Whipped it out. What about you?
I'm drinking water today, man. As the show topic says, the pollen is coming. I think I might have OV'd on allergy medicine today in preparation for the pollen. So I'm trying to like not mix the amount of active ingredients that exist in allergy medicine with hard liquor. College me would have been like, yo, let's just take this Benadryl or let's just take this Allegra you know, with a gin and with a rum and coke, and we'd have been in
Right.
there. But
Yeah.
almost 40-year-old me is like, maybe that's not the best course of action.
So what's your
Progress.
allergy regimen? What's the whole stat?
Man, so normally it's like, Zyrtec in the morning,
Okay.
so nasal spray, a nasal
Right.
nose spray, and then Zyrtec. And
Mm.
then if I'm feeling it in my eyes, allergy eye drops.
Mm. Okay.
So I literally will travel like wintertime, I travel with Carmex in my pocket. Summertime, I travel with allergy eye drops. Like real talk.
I feel you though. It gets real. It
So
does get super real outside.
it's nasty.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Like
can't stand
like
it.
it's over every like I walked out. We got two black cars. Yes, exactly. Keisha plant sperm. Um, like I walked out to the car and like you don't even want to grab the door handle because it's like pollen on my hands. Now I don't know what to do.
I always feel like what it is like the weather starts heating up and you look around and at some point you look at the dogwood trees and you're like, oh snap, they bloomed. Okay. Okay. And then you go outside one day, you're like, oh, it's still nice outside. Really nice. Was that a bee? Bees are out. Then the next day, it's like a little sprinkle of yellow dust. You're like, is
No,
that dirt or is
no,
that pollen?
it's
And
the
then the
pollen.
next day, it's just trees are just all over the place. It's all over the place at that point, and there's
And you
no
know what
hope.
I feel like? You remember that scene um in what's the Winterfell show? What was that?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. You remember the scene in Game of Thrones where Jon Snow is standing in the mud and the horses are charging at him and he
Mhm.
draws his sword and he's standing there by himself? Like that's what
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
every day I wake up and I feel like I'm going into battle by myself
yeah.
with the yellow walkers. And it's like, yo, like help me. Like I'm
Right,
fighting. R. Kelly, when he did that interview and he was like, I'm fighting for my fucking life. Like
right.
literally, man. I was like, I said this out loud. I walked in the office today. My eyes was already doing the allergy joint. I could taste the pollen on my tongue. And then I walk in the office and somebody got on perfume. And I'm like, I'm fighting for my fucking life, y'all. Like, who is wearing perfume in the
Right.
office? And we got the pollen. Fam, it's too much. My nasal passages can't take all of the smells and all of the things. I feel like I'm being like slapped in the face with scents, and I've had enough. I'm over it. So, for all those who want to know, my villain of the week from now until the pollen ends, it's going to be pollen. There's no need to ask me about it. You're going to hear me sound like this for about a month and a half. Pollen is my villain of the week. I'm off my rant. I'm sorry.
So when does pollen season end?
I
When
don't know.
does it
Candace
like
says like
officially
end of June.
end of June? I feel like
So
it's never
she,
is it that long? Like this is kind of crazy
she
now.
said like I think it's like shit got to keep in Georgia shit just keeps blooming and like bees
Yeah,
keep
that's true.
pollinating stuff. And it's like, bro, stop.
Right. Right.
Anyway,
Yeah,
I
I
can't.
don't know, man. It is always rough. Like
You
March,
said mash.
Mayish, Mayish, Mayish. I don't know, man. I
It's
know
too much.
this is about the time when I break out the pressure washer, and it's like I'm about to be doing this every Friday.
You mean for
Is
the car or the house?
car house and all. Like, got to get that pollen off before it gets caked up, before it's like out there. And it's the
You said this
easiest
out
way to
loud. Now
keep things
Candace gonna be talking about,
fresh.
oh, we should go to Home Depot and get a pressure washer.
Hey, man, that pressure washer comes in handy for just getting off of everything, and just watching all that pollen turn into liquid and just go away. That's what I want.
Can,
Just go
do
away.
you use your pressure washer to spray the carpenter bees. Like I would do that. I would use my pressure washer to hit carpenter bees.
See, I try, but the carpenter bees here are one of the worst gangs I've ever seen.
Thugs.
They,
Thugs.
they don't respect boundaries. They're always set tripping. They find new little gang holdouts. Every time I want to go outside, they're like, "Where you going? Where you going? How you going? Where you going at?" And it's like, how did you even get here? Right? I just can't mess with them.
So at the old house, I used to keep a tennis racket by the front door. And when I walked out the front door, I would like go and smack about 4 of them. And then I would
Right.
like leave their dead bodies on the ground so that
To
other
send
bees could see it as
to
like,
send
hey,
message.
I feel like I gotta protect my block.
Right. You do. You do. Now I will spray around the house. I'll spray around outside because it's nothing to see that little burrow hole. And then by the time that
Yep, we
burrow
got a
hole
bunch
hits,
of them.
it's a wrap. They're eating up all your wood and all that stuff. It's like, why
So
didn't anybody,
now, next year,
why didn't anybody tell me about the carpenter bee attacks? Like, why isn't this like
it's bro,
commonly published for people?
it's the this is one of them home ownership things that like people
Yeah.
who own homes don't talk enough about.
Yeah. No one
Because
talks about that.
like the real estate agents be like, well, why would you rent when you could buy? I'm like, because if I rent, I ain't got to deal with carpenter bees.
Right. Carpenter bees aren't my
It ain't my
problem.
problem.
Right. Easy
And
solution.
Keisha
Call a
talking
friend.
about a Japanese beetle. I don't even know what a
I don't
Japanese
even know what
beetle
that
is.
looks like. A
Like
Japanese beetle.
now, I feel like I'm missing stuff.
Army worms. Now I've heard of those.
We had army worms at the old house.
Yeah, they'll eat up your grass, man. That's what
Yeah,
yeah. See, they don't tell you about these things.
they
These
don't.
things, right? That's like, how am I supposed to win against these things? It's way more of them, and they're too used to it by now.
See,
You know
all
what I
right.
mean?
So hold on. See, real quick. See, this is how I know Keisha and I are living in 2 different tax brackets. Because she over here talking about the Japanese beetles devour my roses. I ain't got no roses.
I ain't got no roses, bro.
So I don't know, Keisha. Maybe we in 2 different tax brackets. So I'm gonna let you have that.
She
But
got some expensive
I
problems.
feel like if we don't talk enough as homeowners around, like it's like, oh, you need to buy a home because that's like the next thing that you're supposed to do in your life as an adult. But we don't talk about all of the things that go into, like, we got those 3 trees in my backyard.
Right.
We had a tree cutter dude come over today. He was 2 doors down. So Candace had him come over and quote, because we got 3 huge pine trees in our backyard. My man wanted 5,600 for 3
5,600.
trees. 5,600. No, and real talk, bro. The one tree in the center of the yard was 36. 36 for the tree and the stump. Now, granted, these some ridiculously large trees with some long limbs. We're gonna have to get them cut eventually, right? Like,
Right.
it ain't a matter of if, it's more a matter of when. But my man said 5,600 for these trees, and I'm like, why don't nobody tell me this stuff before we started buying homes?
Hey man, but better pay that 5,600 now than let them tear up your pipes in the ground and end up coming out of pocket 15.
So the good thing is these trees are in the backyard. So we got 2 stumps in the front yard that he said he would grind up for us, and then we got 3 trees that are in the backyard. One in the middle of the backyard, 2 are near the neighbor's fence, and one of them is in the back property line. All of them are old as hell. So, I don't think that we're at risk of them hitting any pipes or anything. What we're at risk of them bitches is just, like one of them is old and it's gonna fall eventually. But it's just like, this is again, like, you hear people in these streets talking about, oh, it's better to rent, it's better to buy than rent. But we don't talk about there's all of these ancillary costs that go along with home ownership that
Don't be telling you about none of that stuff.
can't plan for.
Right. And then, like Keisha saying, she maxed out her military discount at Home Depot. I feel that. I feel that. Just on lawn care. Lawn care will tap your budget. Oh, you
Fam.
want grass? You want grass? You want
Yep.
good looking, go in the yard
Yep.
grass. Oh,
Yep.
be prepared to pay a crazy ton of money on a theory.
Yep.
Right?
And so like we got the yard man, we
Mhm.
got the weed people, and we got the pest control people. You know, so we're gonna have to run the pest control people out now because you know they will treat for all for the major pests, but you have to call them out and pay a different fee for them to come and treat for your carpenter bees.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to run.
And
We're
they
gonna have to
know
run
that's
that
what you're
cost,
looking for. That's
and
they
they
know
know.
that's what you're looking for. What I'm
And then the
calling you
weed,
for.
yeah, the weed people sent me an email just yesterday talking about, hey, it's time for you to schedule your core aeration. Like, who the hell knew what core aeration was? Why
Right.
was this not talked about in home ownership 101 when we before we said, hey, let's stop renting and let's buy a house? Why didn't somebody say, hold on, let me tell you about core aeration?
No, the problem with the core aeration thing is that they tell you what it does, but then when you look at your yard afterwards and you see all them little plugs up, and you're
Oh,
like, I
it's
just
trash.
paid to get this yard jacked up. And they're like, trust me, it'll be
It's
for the
trash.
best. I don't understand. I got holes all in my yard, bro. Like,
Right.
where the grass at?
I
It's
will
a theory.
say when you know, I had to trust the process at the old house in Decula. I had to trust the process. We did all the things, and by the time we moved out, the yard that we gave the new homeowners
Right.
could have probably won yard of the month. You know, we dug up the front trees.
Right.
We had laid some fresh grass down in the front. We had nice green, lush grass growing backyard to front yard. We did our
Y'all put
thing.
it
There were
weird.
probably two other. Had we stayed,
I remember
we
that
would have
yard. That was a
probably
good
dealt
yard.
with. We would have dealt with probably 2 or 3 other issues with the yard. Like it had some drainage issues on the side because they didn't bury the downspouts.
Right.
So we'd have probably got some French drains, some stuff for the backyard. Again, so yes, if you trust the process and go into this yard with the long haul in mind, you can get a really nice yard. But I think the point was made earlier that you don't understand how much dollars you have to sink into the creation of a nice yard.
Right. Like you look at now, I understand. Now I understand when I go by somebody's house and I see what's going on inside their yard. I'm like, that was a lot of pain, a lot of misery,
Yeah.
a lot of shed tears, a lot of commitment. It was a lot of things going on.
Mm-hmm. Because
So,
like what we don't discuss are so boom. So we take this is real relevant because we literally had this conversation right before I came downstairs. We was like, all right, we probably gonna have to bite the bullet and get these trees cut down this year. Next year, we're going to turn around and repaint the exterior of the house. Because when
right,
we moved in, we painted the interior. Now
right,
next year, we're going to have to paint the exterior, which means we're going to have to pay somebody to fix all of that wood that these damn carpenter bees done chewed up.
bruh, I'm right there with you. I'm looking around the house, I'm seeing these things. I'm like, I gotta go get the damn wood replaced.
Yep.
I
Yep.
wasn't, I wasn't even thinking about that. That wasn't
Yep.
on my 2023 bingo list. Like I
Oh
wasn't
no,
looking at
no.
replace all
It
that
is
wood.
on ours. The paint is probably on the 2024 bingo list, but the trees is on the trees are on the 2023 bingo list. But my fear is, right, whenever you get rid of trees, now you have to have the conversation around, are the trees what was preventing your your yard from getting washed out? So now what do you plant to protect
Yeah,
the house and the grass if you take down 3 huge trees whose roots are now sucking up water? Man,
it's all that. It's all that. It's all that
see,
crazy stuff.
Flash talking about her trees multiplied. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we as people who are homeowners were more honest with those who are not homeowners, there would be less people
Right.
owning homes. I guarantee it.
Right.
Guarantee it.
But then the question is like, what you gonna do for space? This is the problem that I run into, which is I want a nice space, but I don't want any of the maintenance issues with all this stuff, right? Because it's like my mom used to say this all the time when I was younger. She used to say, if it's not one thing, it's another, right?
It's another.
And I grew up hearing that. And I would be like, man, I don't know what she's talking about, right? But now I get it. It's literally,
Yep.
if it's not one thing,
Yep.
it's another. As soon as you fix
It's
the
another.
wood on the carpentry things, someone gonna be like, the
Yep.
water heater don't work. Someone gonna
Oh
be
yeah.
like, the air conditioner ain't blowing, right? And you're gonna be like, yo, I don't get it. You know what I mean? It's made me really
So I
think.
will say the
Go ahead.
dude who Candace hooked up with today was like, hey, I will cut the trees down. We'll come out there and we'll grind the stump. We'll dig out the roots, and then we will fill the hole with dirt. Like we will refill, which was great
Oh,
because the people who we had do it in Loganville, they didn't fill the holes that they did. So that meant I had to go and get my yard man to come out and do it before he laid the sod. So it is what it is, man. But I'm with Ken. I'm with my wife. Home ownership is a trap.
it's a
It's a
trap,
trap.
man. It's a
See,
trap because then you got to
even
pay.
Tasha said she liked living in an apartment.
Hey,
I'm telling you,
it was easier. It was just
I would
easier,
simplify and go live in an apartment today
bruh.
if I
The
could.
only thing that got me about renting an apartment was how much the rent went up year to year. Well, I was like, what?
I feel that. I feel
But
that.
then you compare that with the idea that, oh, your rent will go up every year. Yeah, that won't, but your taxes will. Taxes gonna
Well,
tap them pockets every year.
and it goes back to that other thing. If it in an apartment, if it ain't one thing, it's another. But I ain't got to fix. Like it ain't my responsibility to fix it. When the air
Right.
conditioning unit go out, fix it, bro. When the washing, if the washing dry break, okay, that's on me because it's mine. Refrigerator break, that's on me because it's mine. But if I own a brand new refrigerator or brand new washer and dryer, them things got 3, 4, 5 years in them before they really start
Right.
having to get service. But like Candace and I had somebody out here looking at the heating unit. This is our first winter here. We had somebody looking at the heating unit right in the middle of wintertime.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fam, like even at
Right.
the old crib, the people who moved in got a brand new AC unit from us.
No,
10 years warranty and everything.
bruh. When we moved in, do you remember what happened when we moved into this house?
Mm-hmm.
We moved in August. 2 weeks later, neighbor next door comes by and says, you got sewage leaking into my yard. We said, what? It's a pipe busted, tree that's got to get cut down
Yep.
and pulled up. They dug up the whole yard. We were on our way going to Europe. It was literally like the dude filled in the hole, put straw on it, and we left an hour later to go to Europe, right?
Yeah.
We had to come out of pocket like 15 total, 15,000 out of just
That's
buying the
ridiculous.
house. And then when
Ridiculous.
we came back, got settled into the house, found out the AC don't work. Thank God we got a home warranty. Had
We
to get
got
the
the home
whole air
warranty.
conditioner. We had to get the whole AC unit replaced. I was like, yo,
And they know.
they
They
knew it.
know. Like your air
Got
conditioner break.
him.
Let me tell you something. Stuff break.
Right.
I might ride for a minute without fixing it. Nah, we can go a minute. That air conditioner
Right.
break, hey, bro. What it cost you to come out here today?
Hey, come on out. Hit this off real quick. Charge it up. Do what you got to do because I need this in here. I can't function.
Fam, I told one dude. I want to say it was right before we had air conditioning unit. We had a couple issues in the old house. We were headed out of town the next day or like that weekend. And I was like, nah, bro, I got family here. We got 4 days in this house before we go on vacation. He's like, sir, it's 7 o'clock at night. So, and I said, sir, it's the middle of summertime.
Right.
What's the like? I get it. You're at home with your family. You want to enjoy your dinner. What's the right now price? I need this fixed. He's like,
Bruh. I'm just telling you. I will tell you right now. Keisha said they knew that when they sold it, and they didn't put it on disclosure because you're gonna want them to fix it before the sale, right? We bought our house from Zillow. Never buy a house from Zillow ever again. I'm cool. I told Danielle, I was like, I would move back into a bomb townhouse. I'd be like, yo, a bomb townhouse, like a wide townhouse. Yeah. I'd be cool. You know what I mean? Because the more I thought about it, was like, I like having a deck, having the yard. I could trade that in for a good park up the street. You know what I mean?
I mean, I will say our kids have played in the park in our neighborhood more than we played in our yard.
Right.
Now, is that a function of not having a functional backyard, or is it that the park has friends and playground equipment?
Hey, the park has a playground you don't have to buy that you did buy with the taxes, right? It also has a yard you don't need to mow, right? And your kid's gonna be playing sports not at your house anyway. Take them to a park. Cool. We good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Like that's why, like, you know, like people talk about me, man. Like I tell people till I'm blue in the face. The minute we bought that house in Tequila, they was like, "Oh man, you got a big yard. You got to cut. You gonna have to get a lawnmower." I said, "I will not. I will not."
Yeah.
Like my time at this point in my life is too precious for me to be outside doing yard work. Everybody like, "Oh, it's therapeutic." It's not. It's hot. I'm not going out there cutting that grass. It's too hot. I'm not raking leaves. I'm not blowing pine needles. I did that growing up. It's overrated. I'll pay somebody. Our yard man come every other week. He come now it's winter time, so he come once a month. You know, but during the warm months, he come twice a month. Run that up. Like that's not a bill that's not a thing that I'm gonna do. So like let's just cut this up, trim this up.
I'll tell you right now. I felt so defeated when we hired a lawn guy. I felt defeated. I was like, man, I was supposed to do this. I was supposed to take care of this. But now having him come a couple times, I'm like, hey, he knocked that thing out in like 30 minutes.
Bam.
Because he got the ride-on joint. I ain't got the ride-on joint.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even need all. Just knock it out. Just knock it out.
Our yard guy is winning because now the yard guy that we have cuts. He was the yard guy for the neighbor.
Oh, and
so when we moved in, I was like, "Yo, who your yard guy?" He was like, "Oh, that's Jose." I was like, "Well, what Jose run you?" You know, because she didn't understand. Because I got it slang to me.
Right.
She, a middle-aged white woman. Cool, love that family. They cool people. And I was like, "Yo, how much the yard man run you?" And so he's like $80. I'm like, "Bet. Let me go out there and rap with him." He was like, "Yo, I'll just cut both of your yards." And like my dude will literally go and then come back. I mean, he cut that straight line right across from my house to their house, cut that thing back. I'm not cutting I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Bruh, I'm telling you. I completely feel that. Our yard guy does like 4 or 5 houses on a block. He just
okay. So Danielle was like, let's have that same energy for the housework. Fam, Danielle, say less. We told y'all we had a cleaning lady come the other day, and as soon as we figure out the financing around making the cleaning lady come every other week, fam, I get it. Like my issues with yard work. My wife was a cleaning lady. I would have never thought that I would have transcended to this moment of having a cleaning lady. Sit back and watch a person clean your house while you at home working, and tell me how that shit make you feel. Like it's stressful watching her clean. I'm like, well, damn. House be smelling clean and you ain't had nothing to do with it. Fuck,
Hey,
I'm like, spin the block, run that up.
I'm
So yeah,
saying.
oh no, trust your boy. Matter of fact, y'all keep y'all fingers crossed that my youngest child get into preschool in the everyday preschool, so we can stop paying this Montessori bill in a couple weeks, in a couple months, because that's the cleaning lady right there. That's the cleaning lady.
That's cleaning lady budget.
That's another. That's
Right.
that's my golf cart fan. Let us get the financing squared away so I can get a cleaning lady in this thing once a month, once a week, or twice a month, like at least
But
twice
see,
a week.
like, I feel like what I'm really trying to say though, like if I really had the budget together, prioritize off of de-stressing my life from things I don't want to deal with, right? It would probably be a cleaning lady and someone to do the laundry, right? And like a nutritionist, cook, like once a week. Just once a week,
No,
set some
Candace
meals
found
up.
a company that'll come get your clothes.
Oh no, I found that company. They just don't come out here, right? So yeah, the company that you put in the bag just sit outside and they're like, hey, we got you. Fold your joint up, come back. I need that type of service, right? But I need it all, right?
You want a one-stop shop. Come
Well,
cut my grass, clean my house, and fold and wash my clothes.
we'll see. I don't know what my parents' experience was. And I understand my parents worked very hard as kids to teenagers to adults, right? But I know at least for me, starting out as the oldest and having to do all those chores
Yep.
just tapped me out by the time I
Yep.
got older. I was like,
Yep.
I just don't want to do it. I've been
That's
doing
what,
this like when people complain about their jobs and they've been like, I've been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing dishes
yep.
for 30 years, bro. Like, I don't want to do it anymore. And I completely understand when my wife is like, we need a cleaning lady. It's just about the budget. I wish we could link this thing up in the neighborhood like the lawn guy and be like, hey, just go house to house. Just come right down the block. Bop, bop, bop,
Oh no.
bop.
So the neighbor, same neighbor that we got the yard man from, she got a cleaning lady. It's two of them. I think they come I don't think they're here every week. I think they come every other week. So she done already texted me that number. I need to call her and find out how much she running, because like I'm telling you, it is funny because I like you, like I'm the oldest kid. So I remember having to fold the clothes, wash the dishes every day, once a week, go and blow the driveway down, rake the leaves, and all the rest of that stuff. Now I think I've just made it to this spot, and it ain't about oh, I done made it. It's like I don't want to do it, and so because because we make the rules in the house. If we want to allocate the resources to paying a cleaning lady and paying the yard dude, that's just what we're gonna prioritize our time and our money. And
now,
our
see,
parents have that.
this is where it gets crazy. Because here go my wife talking about at this point, just get off.
Oh yeah. I see the comment. I see the comment.
And I'm like, we doing good. I don't know if we doing that good. You know what I mean?
So let me tell you something. I had one of my donors, actually a couple of my donors when I was at the old spot, they had live-in au pairs. And they were like, yo, like the au pair is like
people say it's the clutch move. People say it's the clutch. It's the move of like saving your life, right?
Yeah. Like the au pair would take them to practice, and then when the parents got off work or whoever got off work would just ride and pick them up. Like the au pair would go on vacation. Like I'm like, yo, like I say, Lord, I see what you're doing for others. I see that you're showing me that there's other people out here living out here with au pairs and live-in nannies and stuff. I see what you're doing for others. And as long as you're in the blessing business, I'm ready to receive. Like,
right.
The doors of the church are open. I will be the one, huh? Because let me tell you something. In this house, we probably don't have the space for an au pair. We don't have for a live-in nanny. But trust and believe. If I had an extra room,
cut down that house and build a tiny house in the back and be like, hey.
Hey, it's real talk. It's people in the neighborhood really doing that, like in their backyard. It's a whole
I
other
believe
house.
it. That's what I'm saying. I've been knew about that. The tiny house game down in ITP. Oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I got a little tiny joint in the back. Somebody out here just
Tasha said she don't want to get that busy that she need an au pair. I don't,
bruh.
I don't
It's
know
the
what the
balancing.
threshold is.
Tasha, I feel you. I feel you. Like there's a part of me that senses the same disappointment I had with hiring the lawn guy. It's like, damn, I needed an all pair, bro. Like I needed someone to come in and do this for me. And I feel like it's somebody. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I know my family is probably on the show tonight, so I'm just gonna say it like this: I'd want an all pair or au pair probably 90% of the time. But then when my family comes in town, be like, get out, go, just leave, right? Because I could see it now. People be like, oh, you super bougie now. You're super disconnected, right? You need an all pair, dog. Like that's crazy.
See, so Candace gets me because she feel like she talking like me now. I don't necessarily need one. I just want to have the option to have one.
That's because y'all been around each other for too long. Y'all starting y'all talking like Candace brought you over to the dark side where it's like, Tasha, I like the option.
Tasha got to let go, baby. Because let me tell you something. Like I sat here. Literally, we had that cleaning lady come a couple weeks ago. It was just like, I think Candace was tired. I was over it. We were both working too hard. She was like, fuck it, I'm calling the cleaning lady. And so she called the cleaning lady, and this lady showed up. I was sitting in the house in workout clothes working. And this lady was walking. I know she was working. Like, I smelled the cleaning products coming out of my son. Like I stepped out and I can smell the cleaning products coming down the hallway. I know this lady was working. I don't lose any sleep anymore. Like the first time I was like, we got a cleaning lady. Like what people gonna say? Now I'm like, shit, we got a cleaning lady, and that means we ain't got to do it. We'll wash these dishes every day, but
I'm not even gonna lie to you though. Like I'm gonna say this, and I know Danielle's gonna hop right on this comment. But if you could hire an organizational consultant to come in and just set up a system, right? And just teach me how the system works. Don't ask me for the system. My system don't work. That's why I hired you. Come in, organize it. Whatever it's going to do, just tell me what we need to do and what the system is. I'll work the system, but I need that organizational consultant to come in like once a month, right?
I don't want an organizational consultant because that's still leaving me with the thing to do, right?
No, like, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, do it, but then teach me the system that tell me where do I put the t-shirts? Just tell me where I put the t-shirts.
Fam, if I'm paying you to put the t-shirts away, I don't care where you put them. Just tell me where they are so I know where to get them.
I have diminishing returns to decision making, right? My day starts off with big decisions about how to do stuff. Right. And by the end of the day, someone asks me something simple like, where's this sock from? And I go like this, sock? What sock? I don't know socks. What are you talking about? I need you to come in and do it. Like, tell me what happens here. And then I'm good.
So I think the only thing I need an organizational consultant for is to come organize my closet. Just organize my closet.
Bro, you tripping.
Let's make it make some sense. Like, at least not my side. Organize my wife's side, because my side makes sense. Organize my wife's side. But other than that, just do the work. I'm done. Tasha said she wants to chef.
It's so many things. It's so many things. It's like, I need you to organize the pantry. What's the system for the pantry, right? I would like you to organize the kids' toys. How does this work? How does this work in normal people's houses? Because my kids are throwing toys all around the place. I'm tired of stepping on the toy cars. Honestly.
So you don't need an organizational system for the toys. You need to organize them bitches into a trash bag and put them outside.
Hey,
on trash day.
I've tried to do. We've started to have conversations, but last time we got to this point. You ever seen that clip in Fun with Dick and Jane where they tried to get rid of the TV and the little boy was like, "What are you doing with the television?" Right? Like Coop was not having it. Like, where are the toys going? He started pulling out other toys. He started tripping. He came around the corner clapping. I'm not playing with y'all. Putting my toys back. Right? And we were like, whoa, Coop got real gangster real quick. So we're trying to figure it out. But I'm just saying, having someone come in because I don't have time to sacrifice my Saturdays. Going back to our earlier conversation we had. If I had a 3-day weekend, maybe, but I only get 2, only get 2 days, right? I don't want to spend time doing this. I want someone to come in while I'm working and figure it out.
See, Candace got it. You got to disappear the toys, right? So we literally like
the timing game. That's clutch. That's
and then
clutch.
also like, all right, for us, trash day is Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, and Thursday. So the kids will go to sleep Wednesday night and then wake up on Thursday and toys just be gone. Like literally gone. It'd be like, and then they get in the trash and the trash can is at the curb.
Yeah. I never thought about the time. That makes so much sense.
Oh yeah, Christmas. Oh, Christmas, their birthdays. It don't matter which kid birthday it is. It could be Avery's birthday. Xavier is going to have a toy purge, and they will be gone. Like broken shit, trash.
Right.
Like gone. Stuff you ain't played with in a bag in my see, because that's why like Candace got the SUV, so they'll see it in her car. I will throw that crap in my car in my trunk. If it's toys to be donated, gone, because they're not going in my trunk because I got a car. Gone. I'm not doing it.
You put me on game. Putting me on game. I never thought about the timing,
bro. You got to disappear the toys, like so slowly but surely. Just start. All of a sudden, it's gone. Like you don't see him playing with it, gone. Hide it in the house, and then all of a sudden, trash day roll around.
We mess up. We start pulling stuff out, and he saw it. He was like, "Oh, I like that toy.
Yeah,
I want that toy back." Right? Like, bro, you didn't play with this toy in like 6 months.
It got to be out of sight, out of mind. Like, boom, wait till he hit the sleep, and then you sneak out. It's boom. Now you stashing a couple toys, and it's not noticeable, right? Like that's why you got to do it while the house is a mess. So like, boom. Now you throwing toys off.
Before the cleaning lady comes.
And then like Candace and I'll look at each other and be like, hey, that toy right there. So be like, that toy need to disappear. And so boom, all of a sudden the kids go to sleep. Now that toy done disappeared. One of us done did it, and we know, see, boom, she said she put it in the closet. And it's gone.
I bet y'all put out hits on the toys.
Oh,
like some gangsters. Y'all called in the mafia and be like, yo, tonight the doll sleeps with the fishes. It's
she'll look at it and she'll side eye toy. I catch the side eye, done, gone. Gone.
I need to we need to set up our toy assassination game. That's what I'm hearing.
It's whole rings of toys. That's just whoop.
See, this is why I appreciate the village so much, because y'all give so much knowledge, so much experience off the toys at select times. That's the key. Or pay somebody to do it for you, or start a company where you have toys for people.
It has to disappear amongst chaos. Chaos of Christmas, chaos of birthdays, chaos of a mess, right? You can hide toys that have been liberated in the mess, right? So boom, all of a sudden they just see the same mess that they went to sleep with, and then now they wake up and what they don't know is this 4 whole toys gone. Big, it is big. Like Candace and I, we will disappear big shit. It'll be a whole toy box missing, and they be like, okay, let me play with this remote control car. Fam, I'm telling you, if the shit take batteries and we ain't put batteries in it and we ain't seen them, gone.
I think I'm about to
Oh,
start a company where I off toys for people. I think that's going to be a side hustle. It's like pay me,
boom.
give me a number. How many toys do you need left in the house? And then give me a reason to come in and take out your toys, right? You could even call me the bag man. What does the bag man do? He does a reverse Santa Claus. He collects all the toys and takes them out of the house. And
Hey, let
that's
me
what you
see.
pay me to do.
So
Come in and
so
get rid of the
so can't so y'all know my son go to the youngest one go to like a tree huggery kind of Montessori school. And
toys.
so
Tree.
he came home with he came home with like they call it a book bag. This little burlap sack that they call book bags with the little school logo on it. That shit had to be like the whole bottom, bro, was full of acorns one day. One Friday he came home. He was like, "Mommy, Daddy, look at all my acorns that I got from the playground." We were like, "Fuck." He went about a week with these acorns, and so every day, boom, we would throw acorns out a little by little. And Candace just used to tell him, "Yo, the squirrels came in the house to get the acorns." Or we would make him go throw some outside. Hey, look at the squirrel. It's outside. It's waiting for acorns. So he would take a handful, go throw them out to the outside, and then we would sweep them out into the yard so he couldn't see them. Like, look, the squirrel done took all your acorns. Bam, acorns is gone. See, so you just have to commit to like a timeline. Like, all right,
I,
boom, I need all these
I respect
acorns
that.
gone in 2 weeks. You can't make them disappear too quick.
I respect that. I respect that. I was thinking it was much more of like a Thanos snap. But
No,
now
no, 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 no. You got to be. All right, so Danielle said, what about the artwork? Gone.
y'all
Whenever
throw
he
away
bring home new artwork, all that will go.
y'all keep artwork on a circle on a cycle.
It's just like, and whenever, like, cause like right now in his room, he brought home an octopus they made out of this Friday. He brought an octopus made out of like a toilet paper ring. And then he brought home a set of binoculars made out of a different set of toilet roll rings. Them things gonna go away. I guarantee you in 2 weeks. If they don't disappear this weekend, if I'm being honest, I think the octopus that he brought home Friday is already gone.
Y'all got rid of it that
It's
quick.
Monday. I ain't
You
seen
like
that octopus since Saturday. So Candace
like
might have already got rid of it because today was trash day.
calamari,
Oh,
right?
well, bro, because he gonna bring some home. He gonna bring some home on Friday. He gonna be done forgot about it, and so the binoculars are hanging up in his room. Like if he really, really loves it, like the binoculars he's really proud of. So we might ride with that for a little minute. Like the stuff that he really, really like, yo, like I really love that. But like the stuff that it's just like, hey, I sorted these colors on a piece of construction paper, that might last 4 days.
Now, see,
Maybe 4 days max.
you're making me think. Keisha said that there's a company that might digitize these things. I think.
You
I'm
see, you're
just
doing too much
thinking.
work.
I'm just thinking about taking a picture of it and putting it up on Google Photos and just keeping it moving.
You're still doing too much work.
Done.
You're never like, fam, we're never going to look at this again. This it's not like we keeping a tooth for DNA evidence just in case something bad happened later in life, right? It's
Right.
not like we keeping a lock of his hair for memories. This
Right.
dude got 14 years worth of school left. I'm
Right.
not keeping all of this crap. Throw it away. I'm not taking pictures of it because now you're messing up my storage. No, throw it away. He don't care. I don't care. You sorted your colors. Great job, buddy. I love you. You did a great job. When can this go in the trash?
I love it. I love it because you have
trash?
a system. I love it because you have a system that you're working through. So I appreciate it. But it'll take a little bit of an adjustment for me. But I get it. I get it.
Throw it away. Because see,
Hey,
what you're dealing with now is you have early onset hoarding syndrome.
Yeah.
And if you don't deal with it now,
it turns
you're going
into
to be on the show.
Right. We can't be on the show. Yeah.
Like right now, real talk. I love my mother-in-law. but one we go like she got Candace report card from like second grade,
Well,
and I'm
maybe
like,
she was gonna do a
what?
scrapbook or something, you
But
know?
no, no. Why do we still have this? Like, are we going to dispute some second grade
No, it's like a
English?
hallmark. It's like a look at your
No,
grades, second
no,
grade. No,
no, no,
not at all. Hmm.
no. Like, like my mama still has my teeth. My mother has my teeth, and I think she has the teeth of my two. She don't have all of them. She got enough in her jewelry box of mine and
Right.
my three brothers. And I'm like,
Mm.
Ma, why?
I don't
Why?
know. I don't know why you would like. Yeah, I guess that is something where it's like, why do you need this stuff? Why do you feel the need to be attached to some of these things? But I don't know, man. That's hard, man. That's
See,
a
here
lot
go
of
my
rap.
struggle, bro. Is eventually we're gonna get to the point where our kids have to start making some decisions and taking care of us,
Right.
right? The last thing I want to do is leave my kids with a crap ton of shit they got to deal with when I kick the bucket. Like, why does he have all this stuff in the closet?
Right. I
Like,
can see that.
like why he got report cards from '96? So I'm like, no, like I try to remove the emotional attachment. Like, I ain't got cards from people. If y'all give me a card, I'm being honest with you. Y'all give your boy a birthday card, it's a week in the house. Like,
Before you get rid of it.
oh, like, don't waste your money
See,
on getting me no card. I'm throwing it like, oh, thank you. That's great. Trash.
I do keep older family members cards because you never know when it's the last one. I gotta keep it, man.
So I look at it like it's the people who take pictures at like who are at concerts or sporting events, and they got their phone out taking pictures or recording video. Like, bro, just watch that shit, and remember it. And then if you get old and forget it, you get old and forget it. Like, it's the people on 4th of July who take pictures of fireworks. We all looking at the same fireworks.
Well, so
Why
I
we
will
need your
say
picture or
this.
your video?
I
With
will say
fireworks.
this. Sometimes if you could record a video of a good moment, cool. But pictures, I completely agree with you. Like,
I
I
will
just
agree,
don't see the
right?
point. Like, the picture doesn't capture the moment, the atmosphere, the space. It does none of that stuff, right? It's like it comes out being a grainy picture of Beyonce that looks like it's from 5 days ago, right? It
Yeah.
looks like it's from far as hell away. No one knows what's going on. So yeah, I completely agree about the picture thing. Like, I'd rather be Phil Knight watching LeBron score than Bronny watching it through his phone as he's taking pictures. That's just
But
me.
see, y'all are also huge picture people, right? You and Danielle, y'all are huge picture people.
What you
Like, that's who
mean?
y'all are. Y'all got albums, y'all got Google Photos, so that's who y'all are. So, like, boom, take the pictures, take the videos. I don't know.
No, so I think that's a misinterpretation, right?
I
So
thought that's who y'all had the Google Photo joint popping.
we take photos of the kids, of people, right? It's not so much about photos of places. Photos of places just don't capture the moment well enough. The technology isn't there yet, right? But keeping photos of like the kids as they grow up, it allows us to put it in Google Photos and then allows parents to just subscribe to the photo album. Because I'm horrible about sending photos to people. Like, people ask, and I'm like, I don't know. Just here's a link to their photo album. You can look at it all you want to, because I can't keep sharing these photos. I don't know. I'm not good at that. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
So
So, hey man, we did it.
Danielle says she looked at her old Beyonce concert videos a couple weeks ago, and it got me all hyped up all over again.
Is she going to the Beyonce concert?
She is. She is going.
Hey, that's why you don't have no once a week nanny, because you got Beyonce tickets.
Hey, I'm just saying. Tasha says we have over 20,000 pictures easily. Marlon captures every moment. I just tell you, put them in the Google Photos, bro. Like, just keep them in Google Photos. It's so much easier to manage all those damn photos. It
So
just
like
being
for me, I think the struggle is I don't know if I am ever gonna go back and like so if I shared a link to my Google Photos with my mom, I would have to tell her how to remind her how to access those pictures. Candace does a pretty decent job of sending my mom updates on the boys. She don't ever ask me for no pictures because I ain't got them. Like I take pictures of the boys kind of sporadically, and I'll keep them for like, oh, this is a good shot, so I'll take pictures. But like what I struggle with is I probably capture pictures of special moments, birth of a kid, birthdays, those kind of things, vacations
right.
when we're all together. And then I'll go back and I may go back and I don't think I go back and relive those moments. It's just when I'm scrolling through photos, I go, oh, look at that. And then I move on. But other than that, like I don't really go back and look at those joints. Like, I go back and look at the birth of my kids. I'll go back and look at like maybe a handful of wedding pictures on key dates. But I don't think I go back and look at I'll probably go and get some pictures, really, really take a picture of my mom, take a picture of my dad, because, like they're getting old. I mean, they're not old, but, we're just getting at that age. So I can make sure that I have it, the boys with my parents. But yeah, man, I'm not one to go back and relook at all that. Not it spent like 20,000.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I would ever commit any remote amount of energy it would take to look at 1% of those pictures.
Well, I was just about to
What's 1%?
look. I was looking to see how many photos do we have. I have no idea, but our photos go back to like 2005, 2000 or so. So we just keep. And this is partially because Danielle had family photos that were on an external hard drive that she thought she lost, and I was able to recapture them.
I remember that story.
Rather than losing them, upload them. All the wedding photos, wedding video, all that stuff is all on Google Photos. Like, right.
Candace and I have never gone, like, she might know. I don't know if she's still watching. She's probably still watching. I don't even know if she knows where the disc is for our wedding video. Like, I know we probably went back and looked at that like one time, like at our 1 year anniversary. I don't think we've ever revisited that moment. Like sat down and watched that video again.
I mean, it's just good to have, like I said, I think our Google Photos strategy has been upload it all and sort it out later. And specifically when Google Photos does like the little all the pictures of Cooper growing up, the automatic stuff, it's pretty dope just to be like, I'm not curating that stuff, but it's like it's presenting it to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get that. No, I mean, I love, it's funny that Danielle brought up looking back. It kind of brings you back to that gratitude moment. It's funny that, she brought that up because I will say whenever I'm feeling in that space, like, like the grind is weighing me down, like something will take me back to like, either it's funny, like whenever I'm feeling some kind of way, at the gym, we'll have to do a run. And at the bottom of the hill at the gym is my first job. And so it always seems like those moments are timed perfectly for my life. Like I'm overwhelmed. GPS will have to reroute me around to get me to work or get me to wherever I'm going. And I'll end up driving past the house in Loganville or driving past the old office. And it's like, I see what you did there, God.
Right.
So I get that looking back helps you stay and remain in that gratitude headspace. And that's an awesome value to have.
And like I said, it just makes it easier for me. I'm not known for my sharing photos capabilities. So just sending someone a link and being like, just keep looking at that. You want to find new photos? Go to that link and it'll be updated as soon as we upload it so that you see it. And half the time, my grandmother is on this thing called a grandpad. So she does video calling through this, right? Or whatever, right?
Yep.
My mom will upload photos before I have a chance to even do anything with it because I'm horrible at it, right?
Yeah.
She'll be like Remy's first steps, and my grandma will be like, "Oh my god," and it's like, good, y'all cut me out, cool.
Do it. No, it's funny because Tasha's right. Like Marlon does capture every moment because even so, we went on vacation together last spring break. We would, it was 3 families when I went down. We went to Puerto Rico together, and Marlon had a camera in the hand the whole time, and and Candace was like, we've been on vacation together. Like, I don't ever, I think for me, the one time I put my phone down or put down, Candace is the one semi-responsible for. Tasha said she passed out in Longoville. Candace is the one semi-responsible for capturing vacation moments because I don't ever have my phone, and it's like, I don't know if it's a conscious thing or a subconscious or conscious thing. I just when we go on vacation, I don't have it. It may be with me at the beach, but I don't think I pick it up much. And it's just so capturing those moments are harder because I don't even think about, I should take a picture of that, or I should have my phone out to do it. I capture some, but I don't even think about it.
I feel you.
Yeah. So anyway, sounds like Marlon just needs to go on vacation with everybody so you can capture those moments for everybody.
Get them all.
Yeah. Marlon, Tasha, tell Marlon he's invited on our next vacation so he can capture all of my moments.
Yeah, man. Well, man, you ready for our favorite part of the show?
Let's do it, man. It's been an hour and 9 minutes, so it's time to transition.
All right. So who's your hero? Who's your villain?
My villain, obviously, as I told you, my villain is Pollen.
Pollen.
Got
him. Right. Pollen. What about your hero?
Yo, man, I had a good week last week. Actually, I'll probably say my hero, my wife. She holds me down. I mean, whenever I'm feeling in the wrong mental space, she holds me down. So my wife is, I don't think I've given. I've probably given it to Candace a couple times, but I'll say this time around, she just holds me down, man. She keeps things in perspective. So yeah, Candace is my hero this week.
Oh, hearts for that. I gotta give major hearts for that. There it is.
You are appreciated, lady. Anyway.
Let's see. Heroes, villains. I don't know, man. The Supreme Court still messing around with this stuff with the student loans.
Oh, that's getting cut, bro.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's all kind of crazy. FUBAR craziness. But I will say the hero out of all that has to be the lawyer for the White House, man. She was prepared like a rock star, man. She knew exactly where she was going with this. And I got to give her props for that. So big props there. Villains. Is there a villain? What villains? There's too many villains out there. So I think I'll keep it easy, greasy, and just say people that want to stop you from evolving. That's my villain. So evolve on. So that's where I'll leave that. I'm done with that. That's all I want to say about that. So
yeah. Say less.
All right, man.
Say no more.
This was a great episode. We got there.
It was fun. We took it to some places we didn't anticipate going. We were supposed to talk about Dave Chappelle, and we were supposed to talk about Chris Rock. We didn't get
next week. So the homework for the show is you got to get up on Black Media real quick. You need to check out Creed 3. You got to check that out if you get a chance.
Oh yeah, Candace wants to see it, so we'll have to plan a day where we can sneak out while the kids are. Oh, and Walgreens. Good God, Walgreens. They're my villain as well.
Did you see what Gavin Newsom just said?
Yeah,
he said
yeah.
the state of California is done with Walgreens.
Yeah,
done out of here.
Dear God. Tasha said it's crossover day in the Georgia legislature too. So we'll see what trash they roll out.
What is crossover day?
So crossover day is when bills literally crossover.
Gotcha.
So bills that have been working on bills that have been originated in the Senate, crossover one way or going both ways. So yeah, it's some trash, man. It's some foolishness that I am intrigued to see, because there's certain things working in other Republican-led states. Oh, good hero, real quick, is the Buckhead for its own city ordinance failed again. So that's hero for folks who have a stake in Atlanta politics.
Can I add one villain? Can I add one villain?
Oh yeah, you can add as many villains as you want.
MARTA. The hell is this expansion plan that they got all this billions of dollars to do on the premise that they were going to add light rail only to say we're going to do rapid bus? Who needing more buses out here? Rapid buses. And to do rapid buses, you need a specific lane that Atlanta won't commit to get around traffic. This is stupid. This is idiotic to me.
I think this just goes back to, I think it was a couple of years ago where they did the study that Atlanta, Metro Atlanta is the least economically mobile region in the country, right? And it's tied to the lack of mass transit that can connect people efficiently throughout the region. It's trash, man. Like I know Tasha's a avid rapid the bus from Gwinnett to the city. Like she's an avid user. But like, it shouldn't be this. Like it's not this hard for us to sit around and look at how many cars we have on the road today, versus how many cars are coming, and can we build out a plan that makes freaking common sense, that allows this region to have access to quality mass transportation.
I just don't understand how they got a T-Splice for 2 cents, right? Yet they trying to convince me that the best they could do is rapid bus in the next 10 years. Like, what math ain't math in there? I don't understand. What are y'all spending the money on?
We should. I know Marlon, when the ordinance, when Gwinnett passed the resolution to have it as a ballot initiative, maybe I think it might have been 4 or 5 years ago, Marlon was on that task force to get MARTA expansion to Gwinnett, like MARTA rail expansion to Gwinnett. Right. Obviously, it failed. Unfortunately, because your boy voted yes for that, just because of the 2020. Oh, golly, that feels like so long ago. Right. Because it just, from an economic standpoint, and when you think about how much money we lose as a community because other big businesses want to go, it's from Gwinnett's standpoint, right? Like big business wants to live and wants to drop companies in spaces where their employees have access to mass transit. Right. And so that's going to always be an Achilles heel for the region, because you can't drop but so much in the city. And so it's trash, man.
But here you go. Trash. The one rail that they want to expand, the one rail they want to expand is Martyr Rail to Alpharetta because they about to get a hockey team again. They're bringing the Thrashers.
Oh, we're getting a new hockey team?
They're getting the Thrashers back in Alpharetta. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, this is a good reason to expand past North Spring Station. Of course. People only want to go to Alpharetta.
The hockey team is just doing what the Braves did, and they're going to move to where their constituency lies.
Bruh.
Tasha said rapid buses is easier to sail than rail. I feel like we need to have this conversation.
We should. We can't get into it right now. Sorry, didn't mean.
No. We hour 17 in. Let's figure out how we can have this conversation, because this is a really big and dope conversation that I think we need to have. So, educate our citizenry as we prepare for 2024 politics, because it's coming.
Right. It's coming.
It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. So,
all right, man. Well, great episode.
Great episode.
Next week, I want to talk about Chris Rock. We got to talk about that special. We got to talk about Creed. We got so much. So
yeah, Candace and I'll schedule some time, and we'll go see Creed so we can watch it in a couple weeks. I mean, watch it hopefully before next week.
And then you got to check out that Chris Rock special. Check that out.
How long is it?
It's longer than what it needed to be, but that's my own personal opinion. So
I don't want to watch it. I'm tired of these. I'm tired of the comedians that are struggling to remain relevant. Maybe we'll just talk about that next week.
The struggle
of relevancy.
The struggle of laughter.
So, here we go.
All right, y'all.
Hey man, great show, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you too, bro. Appreciate the listeners tuning in, engaging as always. Thank you, y'all, for tuning in and helping us make this show what it is.
Hey, follow us on social if you haven't already. I'm Jeff.
I'm Carrie. Peace out.
Grow Mondays, baby.